Good morning, everybody. Welcome to, it is Tuesday, right? I always forget what day it is. Welcome to Tuesday. We have Emily here as a nice surprise guest. All of you, please bear with me. I'm just a little stuffy. I sound like I have a clothespin on my nose, but other than that, we're good. And look at this beautiful little sunshine joining us. So we're going to get into, Emily has a cool idea, but I just want to make sure everybody's here. I don't see Margaret here yet.
What?
Which is very odd. Margaret's usually the first one here. Anybody see Margaret? Hello, Margaret. But I can, I did go to my mailbox yesterday. Good morning, Kathy. And I went to my P.O. box and Karen, Merry Cake Miss from your yarn sister. So I have been challenged, you guys. Here we go. It's a Christmas color challenge. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I don't know if I'm going to do a Christmas item or if I'm going to do a surprise. Who knows? But I love it. I've finally been challenged. I'm really excited to get into this. So there's one. And then also, so you guys know I have the guy at the post office trained, right? So he comes up to it. He goes, "You've got happy mail." He started. So I got a box from Lois. I'm not going to read the whole card because there's really part that I want to keep between us. But this is just a little box of happy mail. I wanted to make you a Fritzy faux fiber cake. So she wrapped up a cake of yarn in Fritzy's colors. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make something for Fritzy with this, maybe a jacket, maybe a little hood, I don't know, but I'm going to make him something. She's 2 years old. She's adorable. Yeah. So I've got 2 of those. And then, you guys, she wrote some books. And she sent me these 3 books to give to Jude when he's old enough to read to him. Isn't that amazing? Mm-hmm. This is like better than Christmas. I love this. And I got a box of Lancaster coffee roasters to go with my new coffee station right here, which I still make a mess. I'm figuring out how to use. Slowly figuring out. And then, you guys, only I would be happy with these. Ready? I can't hold them all.
Oh, geez.
Sugar and concrete. My favorite. Oh, and then I forgot in the bottom of the box. This is, hold on, let me get in the bottom of the box 2 of my favorite hooks. The Yarnology. And these are from Lois, Melissa. Lois sent me these. So that was my happy mail. I just wanted to share it with you guys before we got into anything else. But check this out. It's the color of Fritzy. I can't even take it. Love it. Love it. Love it so much. But all right. So everybody, in case you don't know, Emily is with us this morning. So good morning, Emily. Just in case someone hasn't gone to your channel or doesn't know, can you tell us a little bit about you?
All right. So I've been crocheting probably about 18 years now. Oh, wow. And just in the last 2 years, I started my YouTube channel. And then actually a few weeks ago, I started going to markets to sell my stuff that I've been making over the years. So as you guys saw, if you first jumped on at 8:30, I have little ones. The one you guys saw, she's just 2. And I have another one, she's 4. So my hands are full constantly. But I figured since we're getting into the holiday season, I wanted to start a challenge because I've never done challenges before. So I thought I haven't seen this particular challenge I came up with on YouTube. So I thought I'd get things started. Now, I know Margaret has my email. If she's on, she can share it. If not, I'll type it in the chat below.
I did put it in the description of the video. Awesome.
Awesome.
I did, but yeah, if you want to type it in, that would be perfect.
But anyways, so the challenge is a pattern share challenge. Anyone who wants to participate, you send me your favorite pattern or however many you have. And then I'll pick through the list of everyone who sent me a pattern and pick out which one I would like to work up. And then I will be picking somebody to then do the challenge after I'm done and show off what I've made and talk about the pattern I worked on, if I liked it, if I didn't like it. So I think that'll be fun because then that gives everybody a chance to kind of relax. It's nothing too stressful.
Exactly. So a couple questions. Are you going to pick the colors or do we pick whatever colors we want when we're challenged?
I'll probably pick it because I need to use up some of the stash I have sitting around.
So when you challenge, I'll just say us, when you challenge us, do we have to use our stash?
No, you can, if you want to buy yarn, that would be fine.
Okay.
But I just think it would be more fun to use the stash because then you really have to think.
Right. Use. Okay. What else? Would it be a full pattern or just a favorite stitch? Like behind me, I have a whole wall of stitches.
I remember that. No, it would be a whole pattern. So if I was allowed to, I would probably send somebody the test pattern I'm working on, this cardigan. But other than that, my other pattern, if I were to send one to you or Margaret, it would probably be the poncho I'm working on. Yeah. Just because that's really simple and I've been enjoying that pattern lately.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I already know what I'm going to send you. I'm like, wait, I gotta go. I gotta go get that and send it to you. That's fun. That's exciting. So you're going to take all of the emails and then just randomly pick one.
Yes.
And then make that. And then are you going to make that first, show us what you made, and then challenge somebody? Or are you going to tell us whose you picked and then make it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make the item. And then that way there's a little suspense. I'll probably try to give myself a limit of 2 weeks, depending on how big the project is.
Okay. Okay.
And then as I'm showing off what I've made, then say, okay, guys, so this is everyone who's participated. This is the person I'm going to pick. And then
that's awesome.
And then if they want to do their own video and say I've been challenged, or if they want to comment in my video, but I am going to say that we're going to use a hashtag pattern share challenge.
Okay.
Just to make it easy.
That's awesome. First of all, Karen, you're hysterical. Yes, I heard the word poncho. I heard it. I heard it. And you can imagine I wonder what kind of pattern I'm going to send. I wonder. And Amber, big happy birthday hugs to your 7-year-old.
Yes.
They grow up so quick. I'm surrounded by 7-year-olds. That's probably why I have this going on all week. So give them lots of snuggles. Tell them happy birthday from all of us. So I hope you have a good day and have fun at the zoo if you go. You had mentioned you might go to the zoo. But Emily, I love your challenge. It sounds fun. And these are really, like, I'm so excited that someone challenged me back. I'm so excited because sometimes I just don't know what to do with my hook. Like I sit down and I'm like, okay. I mean, I know I have about 15 kitchen towels I need to make. Doesn't mean I want to do it right now. It just means it means I have to do it. So I'm gonna, at least that'll be a nice diversion for me. So that's really cool. Yeah. That's really neat. So you said you've been crocheting for how many years?
Almost 18.
And what are you, 20? I mean, come on.
26.
Yeah. So who taught you? What made you pick up the hook?
So funny enough, no one actually taught me to crochet. My grandmother did teach me to knit, and that kind of sparked my want and need to create things with my hands.
Okay.
So when I'm not in the barn with my grandfather or my dad, I still keep my hands busy because I can't sit still. So
amen.
She taught me to knit, and then after a while that just got boring for me. So my grandmother had a little portfolio holder of crochet hooks, and then she had some learn how to books because back then YouTube was still growing.
Right.
No one was sharing anything about crochet on there. So I learned from the black and white pictures, and I tried teaching her afterwards. She could not get past a chain.
So, it was many years till I could get past a chain. I get it. I totally get it.
Yep.
That's really cool. Does anybody else in your family crochet, or is it just, or any other kind of craft?
I have a sister who knits, and then I have my aunt who knits as well. My aunt and my grandmother went to a class together to learn.
Well, that's fun. That's really cool. So Miss C wants to know, do you want something easy or do you want something more challenging?
Honestly, it could go either way. If you want to send an easy one and a hard one, I'm all for that, because I'm not going to be too partial on anything, because even if it is a harder pattern, that gives me something to learn rather than just sit there and whip up something in a day.
Right. Here, I have a question. Your next person that you challenge, are you challenging them with the same pattern you chose?
No.
So you're going to pick a different pattern out of your emails and challenge someone else with that?
No. So what my thought was is, whenever you guys do your own videos, thank you, Craig. I got my coffee now.
Nice. And it was delivered. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Emily.
But
sorry, I couldn't help myself.
He's making faces over here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But anyhow, no, I think it would be more fun if everyone got emails themselves, so then that way they can sort through and see and pick through what they want to work on, instead of just making it the same pattern repetitively.
Okay.
Unless you don't want people to email you, you can go ahead and ask me if what I had sent to me, and then I can forward it to you.
Right. Well, I certainly don't mind people emailing me, but I don't want to make people email you and then turn around and email me. So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe, I don't know. Maybe if you were to choose me, I would say just pick one and send me one.
Okay.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that makes it more fun too.
Right. Then I don't know what's coming. You know? And you would be the pattern keeper. So so I would leave it up to you.
All right. We can do that.
I love a challenge. Now I'm going to have 3 of them. I can't wait. Good morning, Frizzy. Get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Frizzy's day. Going to be on here hanging out with me. Hopefully I can talk like I don't have a clothespin on my nose. So I joined Marty's live last night, and Margaret, she was so sweet. She's like, I hate to tell you this, honey, but you look awful.
I remember that.
I'm like, yeah, I do. And I feel it. So I'm going to go.
At least you popped in to say hi.
Mm-hmm.
We all enjoyed that.
At least I sat up to pop in.
Yes.
Because I was laying on the couch. I'm like, don't turn your camera on. Don't do that. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning. And did I see Michelle in here? I think I did. Good morning, Michelle. I have your cake. I did. Good morning, Michelle. I have your cake sitting right here. I forgot it yesterday morning, but I have it right here. It's going out this morning. So I will be sending you that this morning. I'm actually starting another kitchen towel while we talk, because I reminded myself I got to get going. So.
Oh, geez. Well, last night when we spoke to Marty, I ended up frogging this one panel I'm working on for my cardigan, because you're supposed to attach a pocket, and I was adding stitches somehow. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Doesn't that make you so mad when all of a sudden you're like going along and you hold your thing up? You're like, it's so crooked. What am I doing? Right?
Yes.
Like, what did I do?
Yeah.
What was I thinking? Yeah, it's very frustrating.
If I did not have a deadline, I would gladly try to reattach the pocket, but I'll do that after the deadline when I make another one.
Yeah. So, while I have everybody, I am going to try to do a Facebook Live from my new Facebook page, the Be Creative events. So if you guys who are already part of my Fortunate Creations could pop over and follow me. For some reason, you need 100 followers before they will let you go live. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, if you guys could pop over there at some point, that would be wonderful. Good morning, Gloria. You know I'm singing that song in my head. I won't sing right now, though, because it's even worse but it's in here. Da, 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 da. It is. There it is. It's what I do, guys. So yesterday, oh my goodness. Now your two are tiny, right? You got little ones.
Yes.
So you're running crazy. So you think when they get older and they have their own, you stop running crazy. Well, guess what?
Nope.
No. So I pull up in the driveway and I'm like, good morning, honey. And she turns around and shoots me a look. I'm like, okay, it's not. So it turns out a couple weeks ago, someone hit her. She had the baby in the car. You know, it's one of those phone calls where you pick up the phone and you hear, Mom, and I'm like halfway down the road before I even know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So all was fine, but now she needs a loaner car. Well, she's used to a big SUV.
Yeah.
Not huge, but big enough, you know, and they gave her this little 4-door sedan and she didn't know how to get the car seat in it. So I'm like, hi, honey. And she just turned around like, I was like, oh, hi, sunshine. Ah. So it was a fun day, though. I spent the whole day cleaning with her. We're listening to fun music, and it was a good day. And I'm going back today to finish. Yay. Yay. So, yeah. So your two little, what are their names?
Maeve is the 4-year-old, and Lucy is my 2-year-old.
Oh, I love both of those names.
And Maeve, I can't talk now.
That's all right.
We used Irish names for her because when I was due to have her was around the time that we lost one of my aunts to leukemia, and she was full Irish.
Wow. And then, that's an awesome tribute.
Mm-hmm. And then Lucy, she's actually named after 2 of my great-grandmothers, both of which I didn't meet. Well, actually, except for one. Lucy, my great-grandmother, lived in Kentucky, but when my grandfather got married to his second wife, I was 3 weeks old. So there's a picture of her holding me while she's mean-mugging his second wife because she absolutely hated her.
That's awesome.
She wore a black lace dress to the wedding too. So she was all sorts of.
Wait a minute. Maybe I missed it. Why did the ex go to their wedding?
No. So,
I mean, you don't have to tell me, but it sounds like a funny story.
Well, no. So my grandfather had 2 kids, my uncle and my mom, and my grandmother did not attend, I don't think. But I don't call her my grandmother just because she's not related.
I get it. Yeah.
But the way she had everyone seated in the church, she seated my mother, my dad, and I all in the back. And my great-grandmother was furious because we're family no matter what.
Right.
So when she got to hold me in the church, and she's just looking off to the side, angry as can be. And she was the sweet old lady.
Right.
What I've been told.
Oh.
But her black lace dress with all the silver threaded through it was beautiful.
Oh, that's fun. I love wedding stuff like that. I do. I just love it. My nephew got married, and for some reason, you know how you just have that one member of your family where you have the soft spot?
Yeah.
This kid, for some reason, he was the one. And I started crying from the second I pulled up to the church.
Aww.
I'm telling you, finally, my nephew's wife looks at me. She goes, "Good Lord, you're a mess. What is wrong with you?" I'm like, I'm telling you, I didn't stop crying. And then I finally stopped crying. We get to the reception,
mm-hmm.
and it was the mother-son dance. That's it. I had to go. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I was a wreck. It was terrible. So, Margaret, there you are. Hi. I was worried about you. Normally, ooh, that's a fun sound. So Emily, tell us a little bit about your channel. Do you just do crochet? Do you do like all sorts of yarn art? What is on, just in case we haven't been over there?
So mostly it is crocheting. I know I have a few videos in there where I'm talking about some knitting projects I had. Lately, I've been trying to cover my farmer's market inventory that I've been needing to work on.
Okay.
But as far as the knitting goes, I think there's only 1 or 2 videos out of the like 90 some that I have posted so far. And that knitting project that I talked about, I'm probably actually going to frog it because I don't do cable stitches very often.
Okay.
And I messed it up somehow. So
frustrating, right?
Yes. Although for somebody who doesn't knit very often, the pattern is like intermediate level.
Okay. Okay.
And usually when I'm knitting, I only do scarves and dishcloths, so it's something completely new.
Yeah, I tried knitting. It was not pretty. I'll stick to my Addy. My knitting goes in with my amigurumi. I can't. My poor island of misfit toys. By the way, I did notice, I looked in Fritzy's his bed. All of them are in there. All of the toys that I've made are in there. Oh, and he just kind of lays on them. I'm like, whatever. Whatever. So do you do tutorials and stuff as well, or?
Not yet. So I'm waiting to get like tripods and a camera to be able to do that sort of stuff. But I want to because I know I have family out of state that want to learn.
Sure.
Otherwise, I've been sending them other videos from other channels. Yeah, channels that I follow to kind of help everybody out and get more viewers and that sort of thing too.
Right. That's cool. Yeah. And just know going into it that tutorials are a pain in the buttocks.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah. So I keep telling myself I'll start a project and then I'll be like, oh, you should have started a tutorial. But no, then I have to make it and then I have to remake it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the thing. Yeah. Yes, Margaret, it's extra padding for his bed. Even that big blue sloth that I made, he's actually laying on it right now. It's like a pillow. It's his snuggle bunny. Oh, that's too funny. So my daughter just asked me if I have an apple slicer. Isn't that just a knife? Can't we just use a knife?
Is she talking about one of the Pampered Chef ones that you
might be? She might be, but no. I mean, I have a knife. I can cut it up. Yeah. I think she wants to do it for the baby, so we can hold a piece of apple. I should write back, yes, it's called a knife, but I won't because I don't know. I don't know. We don't know what mood we're in this morning, so we won't do that. Oh, and by the way, you guys warned me last night on Marty's live about the hours of going live on StreamYard. I'm so glad you did because I went into my account on StreamYard. I was paying $88 a month. Oh, geez. What? Are you? No. So I brought that down to the $40 one. And I'm like, what? $88? What are you doing? You better make me dinner for that. Order my grocery. Oh, that's still her. So foreshadowing for when my Frizzy, it's a thing. Daughters are wonderful. It's the gift that keeps giving. Speaking of that, my niece is right now having a baby. There was a scheduled C-section. Aww. She's got 3 boys, and this is the girl. So here she is. She's coming today. When I did yes, Michelle Crochets, when I did her challenge, the challenge I made was the baby's room is all like under the sea. So I made an octopus of all different pretty colors. So She says it's my favorite, but they're good kids. Good kiddos. Oh my goodness. So what do you have coming up on your channel? Are you foreseeing anything new, any new adventures?
At the moment, no, just the challenge I started, that'll obviously be coming up as that gets recorded and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably do a reveal of this cardigan once it is finished and after I send in pictures to the creator.
Nice. That's cool. Well, that's stuff to look forward to. That's awesome.
Yes.
So when you pick up your hook, like I just told you I do, and you have no idea what you want to do, what do you default to? You all know that I default to ponchos. It's just what I do. And lately it's been dishcloths. So if you just feel like putting something on your hook, what do you default?
So I haven't had that issue yet, but I do have the 6-day star blanket that I started months ago and set aside just because my wrists were killing me.
Ugh.
And then whenever I set that aside, I've been working on hats, scarves. I tried doing a towel at one point, dishcloths, a little bit of everything, really.
Yep.
Just to keep my mind busy. And that was after I gave my hands 2 weeks of a break because I was like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, there's times when my hands are like, enough, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
But my brain is like, but wait, we have more to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I get it. And then there's times when I just don't feel, like yesterday, my brain was like, let's go. And my body's like, absolutely not. I'm gonna sit still for a minute,
Yep.
So I'm trying to make up a pattern as we're talking. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows?
I do know. I actually did a few videos covering the pattern I've been trying to create.
Yeah.
I have my handy dandy little notebook over here that I started writing stuff in.
Good.
But I also set that aside because I was like, there's no way I'm going to stress myself out to get it done this fall. I'd rather wait till next fall to have it completed and tested, released, and all of the things.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, no, you're smart. You've got your notebook there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not writing this down. So if I like this, I'm going to have absolutely no idea what I did. If I set it down and pick it back up, I'm going to be like, wait, I like that. What did I do? Because I have no idea. I'll have to rewatch this video and redo it.
Well, that's like Margaret was saying last night. She just does her own thing and then she never writes it down. Although what she's working on right now, that's really pretty.
Yeah, everything Margaret does is beautiful. She actually, I commissioned her to do a poncho, or not really. Well, a poncho with sleeves kind of thing for me, because I just didn't have time to do it. So I'm really excited. She just finished it. I'm really excited to see it. Because I know everything she does is so beautiful that I'm like, here, please fix this. Oh yeah, that's kind of a cool stitch. All right, we'll do that. So what I'm doing, it might be an alpine stitch. It could be. Well, not really. I start in the stitch that I just did with a single. So I go right into the same stitch I just did, pull up a loop, and then I yarn over and go into the next one and do a double. So it's kind of like an extended double, sort of. I don't know. Margaret, you know I love everything you do. I really do. Oh my goodness, you guys, my nose. I'm so sorry. I sound like literally like the cartoon guy that's got the paper clip or the clothespin on your nose. But yeah, so sorry, I didn't print out any questions for you, Emily, but that's all right because I've been watching other people do interviews and I don't want to do the same questions. So do you have any questions for anybody out there? Do you have anything you want to, the floor's yours. What do you want to chat about?
Well, I don't have questions for anybody. However, when we spoke to Marty last night, she did say that my interview should be getting uploaded. I think she said next week.
Oh, fun.
So next week's all about me, I guess, over on her channel.
Awesome.
This week was Margaret, so now it'll be my turn.
Well, that's cool. So you don't do them live, right? She records them and then she releases them?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Although I don't do amigurumi very often either. I actually tried it for the first time a few weeks ago.
How'd it go?
Not terrible until I tried doing the beak on a chicken. I made it too thick. So my mother had texted me because I asked her, I said, hey, is there anything you can come up with that anybody would want for Christmas that I should make them?
Yep.
And she said, well, I don't have any idea for myself or dad or your grandfather. However, Caroline really has been looking into the amigurumi hens. And I kind of see that fitting very well for my sister. Because even though she now lives in our great-grandmother's double wide since she passed.
Okay.
Everything in her house is farmhouse decor. Everything.
Wow.
So much so that she even has a ladder for all her quilts.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's serious quilting, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
mean, it makes sense that she does that because our mother quilted and actually made quilts for all of our cousins and aunts and uncles' weddings as their present from the whole family.
Wow. Now, it's funny you say that because after being at the fair this summer, I was talking to the women that did the quilts, and a lot of them do that. Mm-hmm. They make those quilts as gifts and they become family heirlooms.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize how much work goes into them until I watched them for a day. I was like, oh my goodness. They iron over the little folds and then and I'm like, what? You don't just sew stuff together?
Yeah, so my mother never really sat like any of us kids down. I'm the oldest of 5, and there's only one boy in between us.
You know, that's funny. My family's 6, so there's only one boy. I get it.
But anyhow, every time she quilted, we all did our own thing. Jeez. But we all did our own thing because we had to stay away from her just so she could focus. So we never had a chance to learn from her how to quilt. Right. And lately I've been wanting to do it on my own time, but haven't gotten around to it yet. I have 2 or 3 sewing machines that just haven't been touched in a few years.
I still have my one that's wrapped in plastic. I'm terrified of it, and I don't know why. I'm legit terrified to open it up, and I'm picturing the needle breaking and the thread going everywhere, and I can't. I'm terrified of it, but I love it. Mm-hmm. It's even got Bluetooth. Like, what am I gonna tell it to do? Right? I don't know. Maybe I can tell Alexa to do it.
But there's one quilt I know my mother made for my uncle for whenever he was off to college.
Yeah.
And there were all these little white blocks in it. So I don't know who else wrote in them unless they were classmates or something. But there's one block that has my name in it. And I actually wrote in marker. And it looks so ridiculous because I put something in the block like, I love you, my Adam. And I wrote my name, but my E and my M are capitalized. And everything else is like teeny tiny.
That's funny. I can remember when my daughter was just born, her great-grandmother, their family was making a quilt for her, and everybody in the family had to send in a square that had to represent their family. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And at the time, my daughter's whole room was Sesame Street. So I created a block that was like Big Bird and Cookie Monster and all of them. I don't know whatever happened to that blanket. It was beautiful, though. I don't know who sewn it together or who did that, but good morning, Gypsy.
Did you
How
see
are
what
you?
Margaret said?
I'm sorry?
Did you see what Margaret said?
Yeah. I'm just terrified, Margaret. I can't. And you know what happens is, long story short, I was studying to be an EMT, and you have to do time in the emergency room.
Yes.
And this woman came in with a needle through her nail, through her finger, and out the other side.
I've seen that happen a time or two.
I passed out cold. Right?
Oh, geez.
I'm like, so maybe it's a little bit of that trauma that's in my head. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just terrified of it. And Kathy, I will take you up on that. Kathy said I can come sew with her. Kathy, remember, by the way, I will not be there today. You guys, I'm not doing the crochet club live because we got to finish Amanda's house. So we got to finish cleaning the house. But oh my goodness, I should have taken cold medicine before we got on here. So this is my tall coffee. I'm still trying to figure this coffee pot out. So I pour the coffee or the water in, but it overflows this little cup. I think I need to use the cup to pour the water in so I know how much is. Yeah. Oh. So have you done, like, do you use an Addy machine or any of those?
No, I don't have any of that fancy stuff.
Fancy schmancy stuff. I love my Addy. I really do. I don't take it out a lot, but when I take it out, it's out for a whole week. And then I just keep making stuff on it. I love it. I did fight with it to get the needle back in, but it worked. I did it. So, Marianne, if you're still out there, have you tried your new one yet? She got one for her birthday. Wait, Jesse, I'm mailing the blanket. Ooh, someone's getting a blanket today. I'm thinking I'm going to start the cat's meow blanket. It looks really difficult. I know a lot of people have done it. Have you seen it, Emily?
I did. I saw Amber working on hers, but yeah, I've been wanting to crochet stuff like that. I just never have. So even I'm a little anxious to try that.
Yeah, that might be above my pay grade right now. I mean, I've only been crocheting since 22. So while I picked it up quite quickly, I don't know if that might be above my pay grade on this one. You know how that goes, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to get halfway into something and then just get discouraged and let it sit. I don't like doing that. I do have a couple things sitting over there that I've let. All the amigurumis I make and my mom requests wash rags for Christmas. Well, there you go. I don't know why no one requests me to make a stuffed animal for them. I can't figure out why. I am going to use my Addy, though, to make those hunting collars for my brother, my nephew, and my brother-in-law. They're going to be the perfect size. You know, those fake turtlenecks. That's what I'm going to make for those. They're in my book. Oh, here. Do you have a list of projects that you want to do, and do you keep them in a journal?
I don't. I do have a Pinterest, actually 3 separate Pinterest boards, though, on my phone. I have one that I kind of been collectively adding things to, as far as like selling at the markets.
Okay.
And then I have one where it would be for like the kids or even for the fire department I'm with. And then I have one board that's just for me, stuff for me to keep.
So you're using Pinterest as your journal?
Yeah, pretty much.
I get lost on Pinterest. Forget about it. I can't. I just can't. I get in there. I'm like, oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. And then I put them on boards, and then I forget that I put them on boards. And it's a thing.
Yeah. As far as whenever I'm on Pinterest, I try to keep myself timed, or if I save 10 pins within like an hour, I jump off, I go do something else.
Breathe.
Like usually every day, first thing in the morning, what I'll do I'll get up, get dressed, clean myself up. I'll start laundry. And then while the washer's running, I'll go do dishes. Then when I have dishes that I have to wait to dry, then I go sit down and work on something else. And then I go to the laundry, and I just rotate that.
I try to discipline myself like that. But if I get into a project and I don't want to put it down, it's not happening. I'm like, get up and do the dishes. And right now the dishwasher door is actually open because I was going to take the clean dishes out. Isn't that the worst, by the way, when you've got a sink full of dirty dishes and a dishwasher full of clean ones, and you're like, oh, not only do I have to put the dirty dishes away, I got to put the clean ones away.
Yeah.
That's a pain in the butt.
Unfortunately, I don't have a dishwasher, and my kitchen's very tiny.
Oh, so yeah.
But anytime I go over to my parents', if I see that the sink's full of dishes, I don't care if the dishwasher's running or has clean dishes. I just start hand washing everything.
You do? Do you want to come visit me?
I could. It's not that far away. I just have to go north.
Would you like to come visit me? Because it's the worst thing. It's so funny. I don't mind loading the dishwasher. I just don't like, it's like laundry too. I don't like putting clean stuff away. I don't understand. Well, hello, you are back, Russ. How was your vacation? No, she's coming to do my dishes. Quit it. You can't have her. She's mine.
You got to pay me extra to come over.
That's it. She's mine, Russ. I hope you had a good vacation. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, but that's just my thing. I've always been the one to help my mother around the house, help my grandparents. I've even done the landscape work for my grandparents.
Wow.
Over the years.
And you said you're the oldest, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm the youngest. I never had a chore. I never mowed the lawn in my life. You know what I mean? I never had to do any of that. The only thing I had to help with, and I didn't even have to, was because we ran a dairy farm, not a big one, but a little family dairy farm. And we would do the haying. And we didn't have all of those. You know, now they have the machines that kick the hay bales on. Well, we had to manually put them on the.
Oh, yeah.
So I was tiny and the bales were bigger than me, but I had to roll them and help my siblings put them on. And then I also had to help with the firewood, which I didn't have to, but literally all I had to do was go out and stay out of the way. That's all I had to do.
That was one thing too. My parents, we have a family farm that's been in the family since the year of the Battle of the Alamo down in Texas.
Yeah.
So I believe I'm either 8th or 9th generation on the farm. Cool. But growing up, I would have to help push round bales and stack the square bales on the wagon while it's moving.
Yeah. While it's moving. Yep.
And my senior and junior year, I took up one of my grandfather's cows from his farm because she had a calf, and then I was hand milking her. Wow. Feeding the calf, and then also providing milk for my family, because even back then milk was starting to get expensive.
Right. Yeah.
We would go through probably 3 or 4 gallons of milk a day for a household of 7.
Oh, I'm sure. And forget about cereal.
Yeah.
You're not affording that. Yeah. That's funny because I had to roll the bales as well. While it's rolling, while the wagon was going. You're right. That's fun stuff. See, but I can still smell it. You know what I mean? I can still smell the hay that's cut. I can still feel, even though it was hot and sweaty, you still had to have long sleeves on so that they wouldn't rip your arms up. Yep.
Yeah, that's one thing my grandfather preaches because he has skin cancer. So he always says, you're not allowed to get skin cancer. You have to have a long sleeve on.
Yeah.
You have to have
and even though we're all complaining and whining, but the one day you don't, your arms are all ripped up from the hay.
Yep. Yeah.
So those are good, honest days, man. I miss them. I really do. So, my nose. I am so sorry. I'm going to turn my back on you for a minute. Okay. It is one of those things. Sorry, guys.
Yes.
Oh, you have all the farm chores. Now, Rebecca, do you have Do you still have the a big farm, Rebecca? I can remember, because I told you we had a dairy farm. The scariest thing for me was walking in front of the cows. Their heads were so big.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd come down out of the hay mow and they would just turn their heads and look at you. And I was like, don't into the garage today. Aw, Melissa, that's adorable. Yeah, Melissa, I'd love to see all your animals.
That's one thing too. The farm, when my great-grandfather owned it, it was dairy operations. Yep. And we have a neighboring farmer who, when my great-grandfather got sick, he took over the milking parlor.
Nice.
And would help with the milk delivery, trucks coming in. And in recent years, my great-grandmother had a herd of sheep, a herd of goats. When I did 4-H, we raised Durocs and Berkshire pigs.
Wow.
And then ever since COVID, my dad's been more focused on beef cattle.
Oh, yeah.
And so my mother goes to every single farmer's market she can to sell beef, ground beef.
I'm sure.
Steaks, roasts, the whole 9 yards.
Wow. But that's the good stuff. I mean, you're getting it fresh from your farm, you know. Mm-hmm. So, Rebecca, you have white-tailed deer? How many? That's so cool. That's really cool.
Huh.
I love stuff like that. That's why I watch Dr. Pol, because he goes down to all those fun. I just love that. Mm-hmm. They go out to the reindeer farms and all of that fun stuff. By the way, you guys should see Fritzy. He's in his typical feet straight up in the air. Yeah, a fresh steak. Yeah, that would be really cool, wouldn't it? Steak is my brother's favorite food. I should have you freeze one, dry freeze one, and I'll give it to him for Christmas.
Well, that's one thing. I know my mother talked before about finding out if there's a way to ship the meat because we have so many family members out of state.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's looked further into that just because she's been so busy this year.
Well, tell her if she wants to sell some out of your local area to figure it out, because I know that would make a great Christmas gift for my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Because he mainly feeds his family on venison. So he's hunted his whole life, and he has the Schoharie County where I grew up. He has a nuisance license, so he helps the farmers with that.
Mm-hmm.
So he always has venison, but when he gets a chance to have a beef steak, he would be very excited. Yeah. So seriously, if she figures it out, email me and I will. I mean, there's got to be dry ice, right? There's got to be something.
Mm-hmm.
How far away are you from me?
So I'm just an hour outside Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right. So you're not that far at all.
And then I have family up in Oswego, New York. So that's like the opposite side from you, but.
Yeah. My daughter went to college in Oswego.
Huh.
Well, for a minute, and then she hated it. So she came home. She hated it. So I'm glad, because it was a 3.5-hour drive. So
yeah.
I was glad she came home and went to my hometown. So
yeah, I know. I have a great aunt in Oswego. She's been wanting to learn to crochet for ages, and she hasn't visited down here in probably 5 years. So she didn't even get to come down for her mother's funeral.
Oh, that's a shame.
But anyway, whenever my great-grandmother passed, I took care of her back then, right before COVID.
Yeah.
So I inherited all her yarn, all her knitting needles, crochet hooks.
Oh, that's amazing.
And she has all these books. I kept only a couple of them because a lot of them stunk. But she had a collection of these Annie's books.
Oh my goodness. I think I have that one.
So I figured I'm going to hold on to this and I'm going to copy all the patterns that I want to keep and then send the book to my great aunt.
That is amazing. That's really great.
As
you know, I have all sorts of books. I love the old ones. They're so cool. That's so awesome. So we've got about 10 minutes left. I might call it a little short today just because of the way I'm feeling. So is there any message you want to put out other than let's redo your challenge? Because we talked about it an hour ago.
Yeah.
Redo your challenge and give us some of the rules.
All right. Well, I don't really have any rules yet.
It is 9 minutes.
It's a work in progress.
Nice.
It's a work in progress.
All right.
But anyway, if anyone missed it, I am starting a challenge called the Yarn Share Challenge. What sweater? But the challenge is a yarn share challenge. So we're going to do the hashtag yarn share. And basically anyone who wants to participate, you just email me your favorite pattern or patterns. And then I'll go down through I'll give everybody about a week to send them in. And then go down through and see which pattern I'd like to work on. And then after I've completed it, I'll do a live and showcase it, and then pick who I'm going to challenge once I'm done with that. And then if you'd like, I can go ahead and forward all of my emails to you, or I can just pick one out for you. Like Kim and I were talking about, we can do either or, whichever is easier for everybody, and then go from there.
That is fun. She wants to see the sweater you're wearing.
So this isn't really a sweater. This is a top that I had my in-laws purchase for me because I'm a farm kid and I've always done shows. But it's just...
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it's not real heavy or anything. It's actually really light. I think it's polyester.
That's really pretty. Really pretty.
I think where she ordered it was it's a store called Ranch Dressing.
That's fun.
So I got it for Christmas last year, the year before, and I'm wanting to ask her to get another one, but they're a little pricey.
Well, it's Christmas after all.
Yeah, but I wanted this one mainly because of being in the fire department. It's black and red, so it kind of looks like flames too, depending how you look at it.
I love that you're in the fire department. My sister was in her local one. They pretty much she only wanted to be like traffic control and stuff. She didn't go into burning houses. She was the one out on the road with the flares. But she did her part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So the reason I joined the fire departments, my dad, he's a retired state cop.
Okay.
And when he can't retire, he doesn't have that mentality. So he started working for the local borough police. And around that time, I told him, I said, I've been interested for years, like since high school, to do that. How do you feel about it? And he said, well, you're a girl. Girls have it a little more difficult than the men do to do certain tasks. And I said, well, watch me. I'm a farm kid.
Watch me.
So then when we lost my grandmother to a kitchen fire a few years ago, I moved fire departments because the one I'm currently with, they were the ones who were in charge of that. And they came to the funeral. They've been checking in to see how my grandfather is, how my dad and my aunt are, how I'm doing. And every so often, if there's any discussion related to structure fires, they look at me to make sure I'm okay talking about it.
That's really nice.
So it's a great support system. This fire department I've been with for almost a year now, they have had more trainings than I can count in the last 5 years that I was with the other department. Wow. So it's a lot to take on, but at the same time, it's a learning experience no matter what.
Sure. Well, yeah, you're doing the opposite of what everybody else does. You're running into it.
Yes.
So, hi, Raylene. Welcome. Hi, Len. I already said hi to you. Sorry. I'm trying to catch everybody that came in while we were chatting. But, all right, you guys, I am going to cut this short just because my cold medicine has worn off and you don't need to see what's about to happen. So I got So everybody get your emails over to Emily. Emily, can you put your email in?
Yeah, I can do that real quick.
Type that in. and send Emily your favorite pattern, not just a stitch. She wants the full pattern. Thank you, Len. I just, maybe the cleaning supplies will make me, it'll blow it right out of there, right? Maybe they'll make me feel better. But
don't sniff too much of it.
No, right? Well, I'm trying to use Vicks Vapor Rub, but it's not.
Oh yeah.
Did you put your email in?
Yes, I used my personal account there to send it in.
All right, I don't see it.
Yeah, because my personal name is Emily McChesney. So
okay.
Right,
all right, cool. So everybody, make sure you send Emily and your pattern and enter the challenge. I'm already excited. I'm going to do it after I clean today, so I will. I'll be sending it over. And challenge accepted, Karen and Lois. I'm ready to go. All right, you guys, have a great day. Remember, always be happy, be kind, and be creative. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.